These 3 VS Code extensions should every web dev warrior have in his arsenal for full stack web development. First extension is Console Ninja. Why? Because it significantly reduces your development time. The app is running and I'm going to console log something directly on the home page. So here, if I say orc, we are going to get that console log directly inside our VS Code. And this one is working both on server and client components. This page is by default server component, so we can see that console log inside of our terminal. So if I would put here use client, we would see the same console log, but this time here. And we don't have to change any windows or anything. We can see everything. It doesn't matter if it's a server or client. We are seeing it directly inside of our VS Code. And that's why our development time is going to be much faster using Console Ninja. And if you're receiving some data from your API, it is much easier to read it here directly inside your VS Code than to go inside of your terminal, and here you could have a lot of loggings happening, so it would be hard to find the exact console log that you placed inside of your code. Second VS Code extension, especially useful if you're working in big teams, Git Lens. Every day of our developer lives, we're wondering why is this code here and for what is it used. Now, if I wonder why is this button here inside of this link, I can use my lens and check who committed this code, and that was obviously me, and I can see the exact commit message. So this was the implementation of clerk authentication, and we can go step further and check exactly what was the difference in that commit. So previously here we had only AI selector, and here now we are adding signed in and a lot of stuff, so we can compare exactly what happened in that commit. And why is our development time faster with this extension? It's because we would have to go to our GitHub repo, then inside of our commits, then we will need to search for that commit. So here it is, add clerk authentication, and inside we have to check the exact file, so that's app page. So I'm going inside the app structure folder, then page, here it is, and then we can see the same thing like here, and that's the difference in file and everything that is committed inside our repo. And this is why you have to write conventional commit messages and not things like fix or ASDF, because here inside of our commit message, we see exactly what happened and why is this code here. It's a new feature and we added clerk authentication. And if somebody else comes in inside of this project, he's going to see and know exactly for what purpose is this code used. And the third one is a little bit more front-endish than full-stackish, but I really love it. Tailwind CSS IntelliSense. So I want to style this button here on our page, and I don't know all the Tailwind classes from my head, so this extension is going to help us. I'm going to start typing background, and this extension is going to provide us all the background classes from Tailwind, and we are also even going to get the small squares with colors. So I'm going to choose this background red 400, and after that I'm going to start typing FLE, so we are getting all the flex classes. I'm going to choose flex and then justify, so we are getting all the justifies. I'm going to take center, and then items, so here we are also getting items start and center. And this is extremely useful because without this extension we would have to go to the Tailwind documentation and search for those colors and classes manually, and then we would have to see here, for example, background red 400 is okay, so I'm going to put it inside of my code. And of course you're going to know a bunch of these classes from your head, but there are some that I always forget. For example, the cursor pointer, I always start writing pointer from some reason and not the cursor pointer, and like this you can easily find it with this Tailwind CSS IntelliSense extension. So that's why it's again significantly reducing your development time. Honorable mention, VS Code Pets. My Rocky here is a really cool pet. I'm constantly throwing this ball at him and I'm hoping that he's going to catch it. I hope you enjoyed, warriors. See you next time.